The 27th annual Great Chefs Food and Wine event promises to be an evening of Epicurean delights. Here to tell us more about it and how it benefits community health at Greenwich Hospital are Shelley Tretter-Lynch, the co-chair of the event, and Chef Rui Correa, owner of Doro Restaurants. Great to have you guys.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Shelley, tell us about this fab event. It's tonight.
Well, I have to say first a shout out to my co-chair, Carolyn Crabtree, who is back there at the event pinch hitting all the things that need to be
The two of you worked hard.
finished. We worked very hard, and we're good friends, and we worked very well together. It's been a fabulous experience for me on many levels.
And you're
for
raising
Carolyn.
money for?
We are raising money for Greenwich Hospital. This is one of their several events that they do. And what we're looking for money for is the community health centers. And this provides health care for people who are unable to afford it through Fairfield and Westchester County.
And there are a lot of people out there
There
who
are
need the help.
a lot of people out there, Jocelyn, who just are unable to, sustain even constant care for themselves.
That's
so on just a very grounded level, we're happy to participate in this.
And Chef Rui, you're taking part. Well, you're one of 60 restaurants from New York and Connecticut taking part. Why was it so important?
Well, we like to, help out the community and get involved, and this is a great event and a great charity, so we felt why not join in. We actually joined in a couple of years ago, and we saw how great of an event it was, so we're back this year.
So you keep signing up?
Yeah, it's willing to help all the time.
And I have to say, on a personal level, we really appreciate what Rui and Dana, his wife, have done, because they were in the middle of a big move with the restaurant within Greenwich, and they agreed to do this. So we thank you for that as well.
Our pleasure.
And we are making Brazilian paella today.
Correct.
What are the ingredients?
So for a Brazilian paella, what makes it Brazilian is we add a couple of key ingredients that are very key in Brazilian cuisine. One being black beans, a little bit of cumin, and then of course some cilantro. And then what makes a paella is you have the chorizo, you have saffron rice. In this case, we're adding some pulled chicken, some fresh peas, and some shrimp.
All right.
And we're going to start off. Shelley here is going to help me to show how easy it is to make a paella.
I am his sous chef right now, but I don't want anything to splatter on my main apron here.
So we just need 1 tablespoon of the foundation. This is basically a little bit of garlic, emulsified butter, and olive oil just to give a little foundation to the dish. We're going to take some of the shrimp and add it right into the pan.
Okay.
And of course, we have this recipe on our website, so you'll know how to do it.
It's important to use good quality shrimp, of course, because you get a good product in the end. Here I've used 2 types of shrimp, baby Brazilian shrimp and South American large shrimp. And we're going to start off by sauteing a little bit of chorizo in with the shrimp.
And you want that flavor.
Right. This is basically going to draw out a little bit of smoky flavor and some saltiness from the chorizo, so we're going to add a little bit. There's also little chunks of baby spare ribs in here. And as you can see, you're starting to get a little bit of action going.
Oh, it does. Well, I started smelling it with this.
Yeah, well, that's the foundation. That gives all the great flavor. So again, the key ingredient, the cumin, we're going to add a little tiny bit of cumin in here and saute it around.
That gives it a little bit of a bite?
That gives it a little bit of a musty, smoky flavor, earthy tone to it. The cumin is a very pungent spice, but it neutralizes with all the ingredients that we're putting in. The next step, we're going to add the chicken.
This is one of his signature dishes because we've enjoyed this at his restaurant many times.
Thank you. We make a few different paellas at the restaurant. This is one of the featured ones, a Brazilian. Very popular. So now that we have a little bit of caramelization going, the dish is really coming together. Next step we're going to add is the black beans.
So you don't wait for the shrimp to cook first?
Well, the shrimp cook quickly, as we all know. Seafood can cook very quick, and you don't want to really end up with a rubbery item or a tough item. So as everything is kind of heating up, the shrimp had a first little head start, so they'll be fine by the time we'll finish up. I'm just going to move this around a little bit. Really infuse all the flavors.
Good.
And a little pinch of cilantro, Shelley.
Just a pinch?
Just a pinch to start, because then we're going to finish with more.
And while he's doing that, I understand that the event tonight honors
the event is sold out.
And it also honors a Greenwich resident.
It does. Alexander Strada is a chef, and he owned Alex and Strada at the Wynn Hotel in Vegas. And he's been out of Greenwich for 20 years, and it's a little bit of a homecoming for him as well. So we are honoring him at this year's event, which is the 27th annual event.
And you're hoping to raise thousands for
tens of thousands of dollars for community health. And Jocelyn, what's nice about this is, I have to say, just given the economy and the tough time that we are in right now, we've had just such amazing chefs like Rui step forward and give up their time, their food, their expertise for this event.
We have less than 40 seconds now, Chef Rui.
Very quickly, we're going to finish up with some fresh peas, about half of that in here.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to dump the rice right on top, which is the saffron rice that's pre-made.
That really gives beautiful color. Look at
Yes,
that.
Gorgeous.
It makes it look, delicious right away. And now we're going to finish off with a lot of cilantro on top. Now at the restaurant, I make this. Yep.
That good?
Can never go with too much cilantro.
Oh, okay.
So here we go.
Let's dump it all in. I love cilantro.
Now, because the cilantro is going to wilt down a little bit and infuse into the dish. And at the restaurant, we finish with a little bit of piri oil, which is a very traditional Portuguese spice, piri piri. And we add a little bit of, it adds a little bit of.
Where do you get that oil?
So the oil I make myself at the restaurant, we take basically piri piri, which is a sauce, and infuse it into olive oil and let it sit.
Oh, that's nice.
And this is
Really
our
nice
Brazilian
right
paella. If you can get your hands on some great little paella pans like this, it's a
Present
nice
it
little
there.
presentation.
All right, we're going to try this at the end of the show. Okay?
Sounds good.